going on, fantasy football fans? I'm your host, AskTheBrain, and you're watching The Couch. Every year we have our Fantasy Couch Fantasy Football Draft. It's a 12-man PPR league. We have fun. It's the best draft party in the world. This video, I'm going to show you guys some footage of the draft, show you some of the picks. I'm going to show you some of the funny moments that happen in the draft. And also at the end of the video, I'll be doing some post-analysis revealing the best picks, the worst picks, and the shocker of the draft. Also have a question for you at the end, so make sure you stay tuned throughout the whole video. Let's go to the 2015 Fantasy Couch Fantasy Football Draft. Welcome back, everybody. I want to introduce Team Jerry Jones, Trevor, our champ from last year. He's got the belt, the trophy, he's got the ring.
Wow.
Great.
Such enthusiasm.
For this draft, we have a custom Genie, Bruno's draft kits.
Nice. Yeah! Bruno!
We got snacks. We got a nacho bar.
Awesome. Yeah.
Salad. Puerto Rican rice. Fantasy couch cupcakes. Woo!
Yeah.
And a turducken. Welcome to the official 2015 Fantasy Couch Fantasy Football Draft. Let the draft begin.
Yeah!
First pick, 2015-2016 draft. Return of the Max selects Le'Veon Bell.
Woo! Here we go. Team Dark Side of the Moon for their first round pick of the 2015 Fantasy Couch Fantasy Football Draft selects Mr. Peterson Adrian.
With the third pick of the 2015 Fantasy Football Draft, defending champion Team Jerry Jones selects Eddie Lacy.
No! Johnny Bravo.
For the fourth pick of the 2015 Fantasy Couch Draft, the mag name Dre Johnson selects Jamal Charles.
Woo!
Sticker. Good pick.
Awesome, good.
With the fifth pick, the 2015 Fantasy Couch Draft, Stop selects Antonio Brown.
For the sixth pick of the official Fantasy Couch Fantasy Football Draft, Team Brain Child chooses Gronk.
Alright, with the seventh pick of the 2015 Fantasy Couch Fantasy Football Draft, the rookie takes Megatron.
With the eighth pick, the IDP pusher selects CJ Anderson. Team 9 Live with the ninth pick of the 2015 Fantasy Couch Fantasy Draft selects Odell Beckham Jr.
Take your favorite
Tenth pick of the 2015 Fantasy Couch Draft, second was Awesome selects Julio Jones. Alright, with the 11th pick in 2015 Fantasy Couch Draft, Team 6 selects Des Bryant.
Alright, with the 12th and 13th pick of the 2015 Fantasy Couch Draft, Cutthroat Committee selects Marshawn Lynch and Demaryius Thomas. Cutthroat Committee selects Mike Evans.
Hey, that turducken got me all messed up.
With the last pick in the third round, Cutthroat Committee selects Andre Ellington.
Fifth round pick, due to recent events today that Jordy Nelson was diagnosed with a torn ACL. Stop selects Devontae Adams.
No.
Joni Scray.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that footage. I know we had a blast that day. If you guys want to see each pick in order, I have it in a link below. So follow the link below and you'll see each pick in order, as well as a link to my ebook that will help you out in your fantasy football draft. Not including my team, here are my top 5 best picks of our draft. I like Andrew Luck as the 11th pick of the 12th round. And sometimes you got to get a little bit lucky. I had pretty much Andrew Luck and Aaron Rodgers, I would say, was tied for the best quarterback in fantasy football. But because of the injury to Jordy Nelson, which happened right after this pick of Andrew Luck, I have Andrew Luck hands down the #1 fantasy quarterback. I give this pick a grade of an A. A great place to take Drew Brees is the mid to late 5th round. This guy right here got him at the 3rd pick of the 6th round. That is a grade of an A for sure. Our draft was weird. Not a lot of people drafted quarterbacks or tight ends or defenses till the very end. So Travis Kelce went all the way down to basically the 8th round. I really like Travis Kelce as the last pick of the 7th round. That's a grade B+. I never reach for the Rams D in drafts, but they're still good. They're going to get a lot of sacks, and a lot of fantasy points from defenses come from putting pressure on the quarterback. That's basically how defenses earn fantasy points. That's the main stat. If you get pressure on the quarterback, you're going to eventually get fantasy points. And Rams D is going to be really good at that. So getting them in the last pick of the 3rd round, last pick of the 13th round is great value right there. You have a top 5 defense and you got them super late. Zach Ertz, he went from being top 5 tight end, top 7 tight end at least, and after this groin injury, now he's fallen off the map in terms of where people are drafting him. And man, this guy's actually the repeat champ. Team Jerry Jones got him in the 15th round. Now that's a tight end 2 on his team. That's basically a flyer. If it doesn't work out for him, you're not going to lose much. That's the 2nd to last pick of the draft. So I really like Zach Ertz there. I give that a grade A. Now for the 5 worst picks of the draft. I got Russell Wilson at the last pick of the 2nd round. It was a terrible pick. This guy, yeah, he's the 3rd best quarterback, but you don't take him right after Andrew Luck. You could have waited. Now because this team at the end, the guy with the 1st pick drafted him. He passed up on T.Y. Hilton, and the guy who drafted 2nd, Dark Side of the Warren Moon, that guy had the best first 3 picks because you drafted like that. This guy has Andrew Luck to T.Y. Hilton. He has that combo, and he also has Adrian Peterson, in my opinion, the best running back in fantasy and in real life. And then I mentioned Russell Wilson pick, grade F. Andre Ellington was drafted in the last pick of the 3rd round. That's a bad pick. Why do you have so much faith in this guy as a fantasy owner? The Cardinals don't, so they picked up Chris Johnson. Basically the same thing as Andre Ellington, but much worse. So they drafted a poor man's Andre Ellington. They don't have faith in him. They got another running back, David Johnson. They don't have faith in this guy. Why should you? He's a huge injury risk. Now, if he stayed healthy, and he stayed healthy last year, he's a great pick. I mean, in PPR, he's awesome. He could be RB1, but he's just too much of an injury risk. You have to factor that in. The 3rd round, 4th round, that's way too early for Andre Ellington. Grade D+. I didn't give that grade an F because if he does stay healthy, that is going to be a solid pick. So there is upside with Ellington. So if he does stay healthy, 13, 14 games out of the season, that is going to work out for that owner who drafted him. Jarvis Landry was drafted early in the 4th round. I give this a grade C. Now this is not a terrible pick. It was Team Sid Says who made this pick. He reached a little bit. Now, when I thought at first it seemed like a really bad pick. But according to ADP, he probably wouldn't have got him on the way around. He had to wait about, I think, 20 picks. They had to wait 20 picks, and he wouldn't have got him. In our league, I had that gut feeling that he did have a good chance to get him, and Jarvis Landry would have been slept in our league, but he didn't want to risk it. He really liked the guy, so he's like, hey, I got to take him in the 4th round. He probably won't be here in the 5th. TJ Yeldon, he was drafted in the last pick of the 5th round. Not a terrible pick, but he was drafted before Ivory. Why would you spend a pick on a rookie running back on the Jaguars who there's a good chance won't be the workhorse there. There's a good chance they won't have the lead. Teams that don't have the lead a lot obviously don't run a lot. They have to throw to catch up, which the Jaguars, that's what they do a lot of times. So Yeldon before Ivory, I give that a grade D. And the last out of these terrible picks is Tyler Eifert. Man, drafted early in the 7th round. Now, the guy who picked him, Dark Side of the Warm Moon, he's got a pretty good team, but he's wearing that Bengals jersey, so it's obvious homer pick here. I think he admitted it to me after the draft too, but he could have just about 100% been able to take him in the next round. And if not, there's a lot of good tight ends out there like Bennett and whatnot. So he could have probably waited 2 more rounds to take him. It's okay to really like somebody. I really want to take this 1 or 2 players. I'm going to reach for 1 or 2 players. It's okay to do that, but just too much of a reach here. He could have got him in the 8th round and maybe even the 9th and maybe even later than that. So it's definitely worth the risk to wait 1 or 2 more rounds to get Eifert. I give that a grade F. The shock of the draft, not my opinion really. I'm just going based off the reaction of the crowd. Was my pick in the 1st round, Rob Gronkowski. Now, I think I did okay in this draft, but picking Rob Gronkowski as the 6th overall pick was a little bit too shocking for everyone. And I have Rob Gronkowski. Someone asked me this earlier. When's the earliest to take Rob Gronkowski? And my answer is the earliest possible you should take him is the 6th pick overall in PPRs and the 7th pick overall in non-PPRs. The 5 players I have ranked ahead of Gronkowski went ahead of him in this draft, so I took him at number 6, and that was a shock. If you have any fantasy football questions or draft questions, make sure you use hashtag AskTheBrain. And also, if you're on Twitter, Instagram, if you leave a comment below, anywhere, you ask a question, make sure you use hashtag AskTheBrain so I know what's up and to put you on the next video. Now, I have a question for you. Was my number 6 overall pick, Rob Gronkowski, good, bad? What are your thoughts? Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. And that wraps up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed taking a look at our live draft party, how we get down. Make sure you guys watch this video as I reveal over 80 sleepers and busts for 2015, get you pumped up for the draft. And also make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll see you guys on the next video.
Here we go. Fancy couch, fancy cupcakes. Delicious.
It's a lot of paper there, buddy.